Well, yes, there is an extremely positive side to what's happening. Rather than being a positive side, there is an entire positive whole aspect, whole reality for us. And I think the main thinking in how to bring about that positive future for us is the fact that we can create what we want. So the first thing we need to do is work out what we want as a collective. Do we want to experience a life, a unity, a planet where there's fairness and equality, where people are not suffering the way that they are now, where we come together, we have equal decisions, we're not controlled by other factions, we are independent co-creators of everything we do? Yes, that reality is very much available to us, it's very close to us. And we can create that. We create that by our thoughts. We can create our individual lives through positive thinking, the law of attraction, understanding how to navigate our timelines. But we can create a future for the entire planet collectively. And as long as there are enough people, which I'm assured there are, and that number is increasing every day, those people together working on this higher collective reality will bring it about. Now, this can be done with our thoughts, as in meditation and other forms of relaxation, so that we're in a centered place, we're in the 0 point frequency, and we can put out that which we want to receive back. But we can do this in a proactive way as well. Just little things like, all the little things add up to the big things. Helping someone that is needing help, donating financial help if we can afford it to causes that are going forward into change for this planet for the better. We can help individually, working on ourselves, working on the way we live, looking at growing our own food and being a little bit more self-sufficient. All those things, if everybody made a change in this direction, then everything is then getting better and better and better. Now, on a sort of clairvoyant level, or in a channeling or telepathic level, however you want to put it, the information that I have from my contacts, and they are, you could call this a collective of higher guidance, you can call this ET contacts, you can call this a higher consciousness space that downloads information into me, whichever way you want to look at it. The information I have is that this positive timeline, this positive future is just wonderful. I mean, it's so much more loving, and there's so much more harmony and understanding and unity there than there is now. It's like a huge leap into that. And I've seen glimpses of that reality. I've seen glimpses of that reality my whole life. I know many others also have seen this reality, this future, and they see this every day. On one level, many of us have actually come back from that reality, if you want to put it that way. On that level, there's no time, but looking at the level where there is linear time, if you want to perceive it, as many of us have come back from the future, from that future reality into this one. So we know it exists, we've lived it. Many people have lived it. And I'd just like to explain how it's going to be for us when we are in the knowing that this is what we can achieve, that it exists. It exists. Well, lots of people ask me if you need to have spiritual protection or psychic protection before you start channeling. And my answer to that would be, as a beginner, yes, I would say it's very important to do that. So ways to do that would be just to sit calmly, center yourself, and there are several visualizations you can do. One is to visualize a pyramid around you, and that you're actually sitting in a pyramid. The pyramid's coming to perhaps a few inches above your crown chakra, and that pyramid is white or golden or purple, very protective colors. And then you can begin your channeling session within the safety and the protection of that pyramid. The other is to simply ask your guides of higher light, the Christ Consciousness Collective around you, to surround you within a protective sphere where you are beginning to work with this energy, where you are training, and ask for their guidance and their protection. The other way is to simply just ask or affirm by saying, I now enter a protective space. I now bring to myself protective, spiritual protection, psychic protection. That's just 3 ways. Some people choose a totem animal or power animal, such as a bear, that have been with them for years in their dreams, visualizations, a tiger, a dragon, a fairy, whatever, an angel, whatever symbolizes protection and that you resonate with, that you relate with, to be with you as you begin. If you don't have experiences of a power animal or a totem animal or any kind of archetype you've been working with, then you can call upon Archangel Michael. The energy of Archangel Michael as an ascended master, as an ascended angelic frequency, is very much of protection to the human in 3rd density. Archangel Michael is a powerful geometric, intelligent structure within the fabric of the universe and is here for humanity at this time. So if you ask for Archangel Michael, he, she, the aspect of that angel will be there for you. Now, as you progress further with channeling or meditation or any kind of work with these higher inner realms, you won't need to ask for protection in the same conscious way. It's kind of like driving. When you first drive a car, when you first get in that car, you're going to be, okay, there's the clutch, there's the handbrake, there's the mirror. Okay, so I'm going to pull away. I'm going to get the bite. Oh, I must look out for hazards. Oh, I must indicate. And it's all very conscious, and that's the way you begin driving. But after a while, as anyone who's been driving a car will tell you, you don't think about it, you do it. But you don't think to yourself, oh, I better be careful and look in the mirror and make sure my indicators are on when I turn left in case I have an accident. You just drive, and you're confident, and you know that you're going to be okay on the road. And if there is a hazard or there is some kind of situation that requires your quick reflexes while you're driving, then you automatically respond to that when it happens. Well, it's the same with moving within the higher dimensions and within that space. When you move into channeling, when you move into working in that space, working with meditation, and the same with dream work, OBEs, astral projection, after a while, you naturally create your own protection. It's within you, and you naturally move into the protective training ground or the protective working ground. You naturally take yourselves to higher dimensions, higher levels. You do not encounter darker beings, and if you do, you know how to navigate with them, and you know how to work with them in your space. Darker beings have a purpose as well. They are there to teach us, even if they may be quite frightening at first when we see them, there is always a positive aspect to them being there. And any experience within that realm that may cause you fear, concern, worry, or uncertainty, there's a learning experience in that every time. When I first entered into working this way, I had no one to teach me how to navigate the darker realms or to how to deal with the fear. I didn't have a spiritual teacher or a spiritual mentor. There was no internet, there was no YouTube, there were no DVDs. I didn't have anyone. I had to navigate this myself. And yes, I did have frightening experiences. Looking back, they taught me. They taught me to navigate these realities. The experiences themselves taught me, and my guides were always there. They would allow me to go through an experience and then come to me. And the Nine always told me that in this training, we will never allow you to experience more than you are capable of experiencing. We will always watch you and guide you as your higher self, as your higher collective. And it's hard to believe that sometimes, because you think, wow, why did you let me go through that? Why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you rescue me? And yet looking back, it's true. I never did have an experience that I couldn't handle. I'm here now, and I'm alive, and I'm working in that realm, and I've learned so much, and I trust my protection and I trust my guides. So it's true, they never did allow me to experience anything that I couldn't handle. And I'm assured by the Nine that this is the case for all those who are starseeds, wanderers, indigos, crystals, awakened, activated human beings on earth, walking this path, walking a spiritual path, walking a path of discovery, walking an ascension path, awakening to the energies of the shift, awakening to the energies of the higher density, awakening to 2012, and all those on a journey of discovery and knowledge.